строится практическая работа ШУС. Наша организация играет российский народ как никогда консолидирован. Сплоченность и высокую ответственность за судьбу Отечества российские политические круги, все общество наглядно продемонстрировали, выступив единым фронтом против попытки вооруженного мятежа. Хотел бы подчеркнуть, что Россия уверенно противостоит.
The Russian people are consolidated as never before. Russian political circles and the whole of society clearly demonstrated their unity and elevated sense of responsibility for the state of the fatherland when they responded as a united front against an attempted armed mutiny. Now, in fact, a hybrid war is being waged against us. Illegitimate anti-Russian sanctions are being used on an unprecedented scale. I would like to emphasize that Russia is confidently resisting and will continue to resist external pressure, sanctions and provocations. And in the current situation, our country continues to develop steadily. For a long time, external forces have implemented a project outside our borders to make our neighboring country, Ukraine, practically a hostile state, anti-Russia. Ukraine was pumped with weapons for 8 years. External forces condoned aggression against the civilian population of Donbas and indulged in every possible way to plant the neo-Nazi ideology. And all of this in order to jeopardize the security of Russia and hold back the development of our country. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues from countries of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which expressed support for the actions of the Russian leadership to protect the constitutional order, life and security of residents. Geopolitical contradictions are getting sharper. The degradation of the international security system continues. The risks of a new global economic and financial crisis are increasing against the background of the uncontrolled accumulation of debts of developed countries, social stratification, and rising poverty around the world.
Социального расслоения и роста бедности по всему миру.
Email exchanges from inside the BBC, they talk about the risk of violating Indian laws. It's easier to rake up the freedom of speech debate, but does it give anyone a free pass to knowingly violate the law? America supports India because it needs India's support in return. And India is working with the US because it suits India's interests. This is how geopolitics works. Last night, he diffused a crisis with his defense minister. But today, Netanyahu was confronted with a new problem. His cabinet seems to have rebelled against him. The UK is looking at the Indian subcontinent to fill its coffers. That India seems to be negotiating from a position of power, like a partner and not a former colony.